Have you learned to feel helpless and it feels like life is constantly happening to you and there's nothing that you can do to change it? Learned helplessness is a concept in psychology where we have learned to feel helpless. Now, typically, this is a product of childhood trauma, where things happen that we didn't like, we didn't want to happen, and we learned that we were helpless to change them. That went from being a series of experiences to becoming a story, to becoming the narrative of how we approach our life. Now, of course, the really sad thing is we find ourselves in our adult life in situations that we could change. We could have different habits, different behaviors, we could have different expectations. But because we've learned that we're helpless, it's almost like we have a confirmation bias. We reinforce those narratives by not taking action, by not doing something that's different. And then we just continue to believe that we are helpless. So what do we do about this? Well, here is my invitation to you. We want to move from learned helplessness to learned hopefulness. That we start to learn that we can have a different aspiration, a different possibility for our life. And that starts with how we visualize our future. I'm curious, when you think about your life in the future, what do you see and how do you see yourself influencing that? Does it feel like the future's something that's going to happen to you, or is it going to be that your future's going to happen because of what you do? So just take a moment to reflect. You think about the future, what do you see happening and what do you see as your role within that? If we're moving to learned hopefulness, what we want to be seeing is those visualizations, those stories in your mind that you're practically, intentionally working to change them. That might look like, let's say you're in a toxic or unhealthy friendship, and it feels at the moment that you're helpless because you've learned helplessness, do anything about it. And let's say you start to visualize yourself in that relationship next time you see that person, and you see yourself advocating for your needs, or you see yourself putting in a boundary. Maybe that person's constantly putting yourself down, and you say, hey, I don't like it when you put me down. Please stop it. So you start to practice in your mind seeing things happening in a different way. And if you do this over time, you start to change how you feel about yourself, how you feel about other people, and how you feel about the world. And the world starts to look different. Just because you were helpless in childhood, it does not mean you are helpless in your life now. There is all kinds of potential for you and your future, but that comes down to how you see your future and ultimately how you act in your future. Let me know in the comments below this video what's helped you move out of those helpless places and move into those hopeful places. We all learn from each other, so I'd love to read your comments. Hope that's been helpful. Thank you for watching.